Hello, hello, hello. This is your East facilitator, Miss Kelly from Henderson Middle School. And what I want to do is to give you some information step by step on how to design a second floor. This will be the second phase of your project, which will be creating a dream house. And last week, week 5, we were having difficulties with following the videos that were sent out, so I decided I would go ahead and just create my own videos, and hoping that this will help you quite a bit. So we'll go ahead and get started. What you will need to do first is you will need to, actually we can go into our week 4, day 1, and we can go ahead and pull up the actual application, which is Easy Home Styler, and that's on step number 3. Alrighty, I have created, or I am in the process of creating the steps on how to create your own dream house. You will not need to use the sample flooring that we created during the week 4. You will not need that house. That was just a sample showing you how to use the Home Styler software program. So what we would need to do is click on Create New Design, and then you will need to click on Draw Room, and we'll go ahead and just sketch out. It really doesn't matter how large your area is, but we'll go ahead and sketch. That should be large enough. Okay. All right. Now from there, what you want to do, and I'll zoom in so that you can see. Don't need that, so I'm going to go ahead and take that out. I'm going to move this so that you can see what I'm doing. I'm going to zoom out a little bit, and then I'm going to hold my mouse so that you can see the area. I'll widen it just a bit. Alrighty, and I'm going to go ahead and zoom in so that you can see. There we go. Alright, now what you need to do, and I clicked on Create Room, and then I clicked on Draw Room. This will be the base of the first floor. I will then click on By Center, and I'm going to add a room to the left-hand or right-hand corner of the house. Alright, and then what I'm going to do, I am going to click on Building. I'm then going to click on Wall Openings. And then I'm going to select one of the wall openings that you see, and I'll click on the standard one here, and I'm going to add my wall opening. But I'm going to downsize it, so I would hold my mouse and drag in. Hold my mouse, drag in, and it looks as if I need to move it to where it looks centered the room. Alright, now what you want to do is on the I don't know if this is picking it where I left off or not. I believe so. Alright. Technical difficulties with my mouse. Alright, let me continue on. Alright, the next step we need to do is we need to click on Create Room, go down to Wall Settings, and you want to click on General Preferences, and you want to make sure that the measurement units are set for millimeters. Millimeters. Once again, make sure it is set on millimeters. Alright. Once that is done, you then want to go to Create Room, Wall Settings, and you want your, we'll go back to General Preferences, make sure it is on millimeter. I am then going to go to Wall Settings, and I'm going to change my wall height to 6,000. And the reason behind that is because I am going to be giving it enough space for the second floor. So the bottom half will be about maybe 3,000 millimeters, and then the top half will be basically the same. So I will be halving this tall wall to where it will cover the second floor. All right, once it is at 6,000, you will then need to click on, let me pause it for just a minute. All right, now that we have our floor measurements, what we need to do now, or actually let's look at this. We're going to click on Orbit View, and then this is going to show you how large the walls are, how tall they are. And what we'll do is we'll just halfen that. So we'll take half of that wall and we'll add our second floor. So let's just looking at it in 3D. All right, so now what we want to do, and I'll go ahead and switch it back to where I am on 2D. Now what I want to do is I want to click on Style, which is on the left-hand side of your screen. Then I want to click on Floor, and you have the various floor types. And let me see which one I am wanting to use here. I'll go down to, I'll select is there a wood grain? Let me look and see if there's a wood grain. This looks pretty close. I think I want this one here. Let's take that one. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to be covering my bottom area with the floor. Wood floor. And you will now notice that I have my wood floor down. Let me go into Orbit View, and I'll hold down my mouse, and you'll now see that I have my door opening, and then I also have my wood floor. All right, now what we want to do, let's add some stairs. So let's go to Building. Let's go down to Stairs. And then what you could do, guess what we could do is we'll go ahead and select the stairs, and I think we'll take these here, and you can place your stairs, you know, in that area. What you will need to do is you will need to downsize, and let me show you exactly where you can go for that. So if you click on Plane, and then you'll notice in Plane that it gives you the stairs here. And then what you want to do is where you have width, length, and height, that is where you can change the size of the stairs. And then the length of it. And you'll notice the change here in this window, the width of it. And you want to be able to have it to where it fits in that area. Okay? Now, what I want to do is I want to rotate the stairs. So I'm going to turn them in this direction. And then what I want to do is I'm going to go ahead and just move them to this back wall. Okay? Now, let's go back to our design. And the blue arrows that you see will actually also allow you to widen them, as well as change the length of it or the height of it. Okay? All right. Clicking off of that. What we want to do next is we want to now go to Building. We now want to go to Wall Opening. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to place a wall. Let me move this out of the way. Hey, buddy, I'm recording. I'm being interrupted by my kids, as you can see, so give me just a minute. Before I was interrupted by my kids, we had just placed stairs into our home, What I need to do now is I'm going to click on building. I'm going to go to wall opening, which is, I think that's where I was. And I'm going to use the standard wall opening again. And I'm going to put a wall opening towards the very back of this area. I thought you were finished, Zane. So I now have my wall opening, so I'll do an orbit view and I'll switch it around and you'll see that that back wall now has an opening. What I'm going to do, because I needed to back up a couple of steps. Alright, we now have our wall opening, as you can see there. We have our stairs. What I need to show you now is how to add the second floor. So what you would do is you would type in, and I'm kind of going back because I was interrupted by my kids. I'm going to type in countertops. You would search for countertops, and there are lots and lots of countertops to choose from. And I'm looking for the one that says natural walnut because it matches the floor that I have on my first floor. So I'm going to click on natural walnut. I'm going to go back to the 2D drawing. And now I have this here. And what I want to do is I want to, with holding down my mouse button, I'm going to stretch that little small box, which is my countertop. And then I'm going to stretch it going forward. And I'm holding down my left click button until it goes against this back wall. Then I'm going to click on edit. Then I'm going to click on duplicate, and then I'm going to place that in this area here, and let me drag over so that you can see. I don't need that at all. I'm going to delete that. I'm now going to click on that, which is a duplicate of that back wall. I mean that back flooring area. I'm sorry, back flooring area. Alright, so now I have my floor. What I want to do is I want to look at it in orbit. So we're going to click on orbit there, and now I have my second floor. What you would need to do, once I put the floor in, it should have been on the second, on the bottom area, but I had already had it set on lift. So let me go back. Once I put the flooring in, it was on top of that first floor area. And I'm trying to redo this because I was interrupted. So in order to bring it to the height that it needs to be, so let me go and show you this back floor. And I'm going to back up one step so you can actually see what was done. Alright, so I would highlight that back floor area, and then I clicked on plane, which is how I got to this. I clicked on plane. Then I'm ready to actually lift that back floor area. So I'm going to put it on 3D so that you can see what I'm doing. Alright, then I'm going to click on lift, and I'm then going to lift that second floor to where it meets that back wall and the top part of my stairs. I now need to click on the front half of the steps, of the floor. I don't know why I'm saying steps, on the floor. And then I need to bring it up to where it meets. And then I'm going to do an orbit to make sure that everything is leveled. Looking good. Alright, now what we need to do after that is we need to have you to start creating your walls on the top floor area. And I will then give you all a give you all a video on how to do the balcony as well as the outdoor area. The balcony and the outdoor area. So there you have it. So far you have your second floor. Once again, it was created using countertops. Hopefully this is, it looks pretty good. This is going to be a little bit easier than the video that you were watching earlier. Alright, this concludes the video on how to create a second floor. And once again, later this week I will be giving you a video on how to create the balcony and the outdoor landscape area. Happy drawing!